Mortal Kombat and Sega Genesis is the greatest video game ever.
I disagree. It's a very good game. I think Donkey Kong is the best game ever.
Donkey Kong sucks.
You know something? You suck!
I was laughing.
I'm gonna sit up straighter.
It's so stupid. Hold on. I'll do one more. That should be it. There we go.
All right.
This bad boy over here.
All right. Ready?
I'm ready. Okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Heavily Biased Podcast. As always, I am Michael. It's fucking hot.
Okay.
One more time. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Heavily Biased Podcast. As always, I'm Michael here with...
I'm Greg, and I
Greg.
drank 2 hot of coffee.
He's burned his mouth.
I was not expecting that. Okay, I'm going to let that cool down.
Alright. Today's going to be a fun episode for you guys. We are reviewing The Fifth Element. Great film. As always, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. So if you can, before you view this video, take the time to like, comment, and subscribe. We are also on Spotify, so you can search us on Heavily Biased Podcast Spotify. And yeah, listen to us on the road, so you don't have to see our faces.
And like Oliver Twist, we take donations.
And we take donations. But yeah, today we are doing The Fifth Element, which came out in, you said 2007? Or
97.
97, yes.
97.
Directed by Luc Besson and co-directed by Robert Mark Kamen. It is a science fiction film for the decade.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic film.
I love the movie so much.
So, Fifth Element, right now you can find it streaming on Netflix, and it's rentable on Amazon Prime for $3.99. I highly recommend buying it because it is a fantastic film.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of cool features too.
Yes.
Like I said, I like the last episode. I like the added features in the DVD or the Blu-ray or even like 4K. I don't have 4K. But...
The 4K itself has visual element, star element, digital element, alien element. They put element behind every name.
Yeah.
So they're going over the visuals, the digital camera work, alien costuming, fashion, all of that, and it's pretty cool. Also comes with 4K resolution and director's notes.
Yeah.
I gotta watch the director's notes on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fantastic film starring Bruce Willis and Milla Jovovich in their prime.
Dude, he has like I was thinking about this yesterday. He's in so many good movies.
In the 90s and early 2000s, yes.
Dude, even in the 80s too.
Die Hard. Die Hard.
Yeah.
Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I will fight to the end of this earth.
Dude,
it is a Christmas movie.
I know. It takes place during Christmas time.
Yes. He saves Christmas.
And there's Germans.
And
played by an Englishman.
That makes sense.
And then there's the one Japanese guy that, why are you there? But he's just there.
He's just there. But yeah, this also stars Gary Oldman and, surprise, surprise, I literally just realized it. This is like the 10th time watching this movie, Ian Holm.
Yeah, no, you told me.
I was just like...
Bilbo?
I was like, is that Bilbo?
Yeah, Bilbo's in it, dude.
It's like, how did I not spot that? It was the beard.
Well, this movie actually, because Gary Oldman is one of my favorite actors. I think this might have been the first movie I ever seen Gary Oldman in.
He looks so different.
Oh, what, dude?
You can't tell it's him.
So
really.
the same. I think it was the same year. He was also in Air Force One, and he plays a Russian. I guess technically a terrorist, but he's a Russian soldier that takes over Air Force One. So is that technically considered a terrorist?
I would assume so.
Because he's hijacking the plane?
If it's not American flying that plane, probably.
But he plays kind of this weird American guy in this movie. He plays a Russian in Air Force One.
Okay.
And
then he plays Commissioner Gordon in Batman.
And he's
my favorite Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, he totally is.
Except for animated TV series.
Yeah, he's the G. Well, randomly, no, I'm trying to remember who was Commissioner Gordon in the Michael Keaton one. I'm trying to remember now.
I have no idea.
But I know Harvey Dent was played by Billy Dean Williams, the guy that played Lando Calrissian.
Billy Dean? I love that guy.
He played.
I thought you were gonna say Tommy Lee Jones from the Batman.
Dude, he played Harvey Dent, which is such a strange. It's a small role, but he's in it.
I can't fault Billy D.
Dude, I love that guy.
He's so great. But yeah, this is a fantastic movie. I would say Would you say this is like one of the top science fictions of the 90s?
Dude, I think it's one of the best action movies, not of just the 90s, but of any decade.
It's like if you took Die Hard and then combined it with Blade Runner, but also Spaceballs, and just like shoved them all together.
Well, this is sort of a weird. It's kind of got its own little genre.
Yeah, it's not cyberpunk. It's not like super advanced future. It's not decrepit future. It's just like
it's kind of everything.
It's kind of like what somebody thought the future in the 90s was going to be like, I guess.
In like 200 years in
the future. 200 years, like you have flying cars, you have skyscrapers that go way too high.
Yeah.
One of the funny things I love is at the very beginning of this movie when he wakes up from the phone call, all the TVs are like this big.
They're like
they're like dude, this big.
I wrote that down. I literally wrote that down. Like the TVs are 2 inches big.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you watch?
We've regressed.
Well, and his apartment.
His one room.
Is one room, but it's not even one room. It's small. It's
smaller than this room.
Yeah, and he has everything: a shower. He's got a bed. He's got
and
like
it,
a retractable shelving.
It makes his bed like his bed comes in, and then it like as it's pulling the messy bed in, it like lays a new bed down on top of it.
His window
comes up.
His window opens out to like
you want to kill yourself?
Jump out of the sky.
The future is bright, but if it's not bright enough.
Well, this was kind of like around. Well, this was made before, but there was this around this time because like Rush Hour, they kind of brought Rush Hour kind of brought back like the comedy in action movies. I mean, there probably was other action movies where there was a lot of comedy. Like Lethal Weapon had some comedy.
Lethal Weapon, Die Hard had a little bit of comedy.
But the action comedy,
it was like action.
The action comedy sort of like was coming like heavily.
It was
back
moving back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like Fifth Element has a lot of comedy, a lot of action. It's you kind of mentioned like cyberpunk. It's kind of like it's a little cyberpunk.
You get a little bit.
It's a little Die Hard with Bruce Willis being Corbin Dallas and being sort of that that badass that everyone loves. That's a swear jar. Okay, so now we have to mention the swear jar, Jeff.
We got a swear jar for you.
I only have quarters, but I said one swear.
All right,
that's for you.
But yeah, no, it's so hard to gauge like what this. I just call it sci-fi for general because it is you're flying through space. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but like starting off the movie, the setting hits you so strong because it's not Bruce Willis, it's ancient Egypt like 1930s Egypt. Like
no, it was 1914.
Oh, it was 1914. So before World War I or during World War I Egypt, and then you have like these supreme beings coming down and
even before that, you have this crazy like archaeologist. Just
what was the kid's name?
I forget. It's
like Sabah light.
Yeah, he's like asleep.
It's this kid holding up this tray.
Even before that, they have like 5 or 6 kids. The one kid shows up with like food and water,
and they're all begging and like biting at each other's knees.
Yeah, the guy's treating them like almost like
he's like, hey, get away.
Like child labor laws are probably being.
There's no child labor laws in in Egypt. What are you talking about?
But you see all like these hieroglyphs, and he's sort of
he's like dusting them.
He's sort of like reading it and everything, and then the priest comes in, and that's kind of when you get the hint of the story of like what exactly kind of is going on.
Yeah, because he's like fire, water, air, earth, and he's like this, and he's like poking in the center of it. He's like, this is the fifth element,
the supreme being.
The supreme being.
And then
I don't know why I'm talking like Asian.
And it's almost as if you have to keep it a secret. You can't let the people that
know that there's a supreme being.
There's this small group of people that do know. The priest, I'm guessing, like they have like sort of, almost like in the Knights Templar in Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade. There's
the guy pretty much matches him.
There's a small group of individuals that knows this knowledge,
and
they can't let anyone else know because you might use it for evil, kind of a thing.
Well, then, like the guy that came in with the food for the kids is like he's like their head assistant.
Yeah,
and he immediately after he's like, "This is the supreme being," he's like, I gotta kill this guy.
Yeah, no, and it's so. You would think that it's the opposite, but because the priest is supposed to be very, all for life. This dude's like, no, I gotta take this guy out.
Then you get introduced to this. They're like the it's the divine. They're the divine beings.
Yeah, the divine.
You get like a ship comes down. There's gonna be heavy spoilers in this, as always.
Yeah.
Ship comes down. There's really good practical effects for the ship too.
Dude, I love that. Especially that light. He yells out light, and it's this giant beam of light. And he's like, "Oh, thank you."
He's like, thank you." He doesn't realize it's brighter than the sun.
Yeah.
Like ship comes down, and then you have these like big. I attribute to them like penguins.
Yeah, they're like waddling.
They like waddle. And for some reason, I want to. I know it's not true, but I want to say Alan Tudyk. If they remade this today,
Probably.
he would be the voice of the beings.
Well, I didn't know. I looked up. I found out how much those costumes weighed. You know how much those things weighed?
Over 50, I'm assuming.
It took them like hours to get into it, and then it was 80 pounds per costume.
So yeah, they're waddling. Like,
and I'm assuming, that's exactly. And I also heard that they had to have walkie-talkies to explain them where to walk because they couldn't actually see because the heads are
fake. Yeah,
they're
little...
animatronic, so they had to be told where to walk. So yeah, no wonder they're moving at like 2 seconds.
Well, if you watch when he goes and picks up one of the prisms, like because they're collecting the 4 elements, you just see his like gloved hand just kind of like loosely grab it, just click and then lift up. Because he can't do it sideways. He has to
down.
Yeah,
and he's
it's just like,
yeah.
But like, there's this whole understory of not even understory. There's a whole plot device. It's not is it a MacGuffin? It's a plot device.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a heavily MacGuffin. Like because the story doesn't 1,000% revolve around it. It like 75% revolves around it.
Are you talking about the
prisms?
The blocks? I mean,
the stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like 4 stones, each one representing a different element, and they put them in the box and take them, and they're like, in what was it, 500 years?
Yeah, 500.
He's like 500 years, evil will return. He's like, we must take these stones and hide them.
Well, that was one thing I picked up on that when I was watching it. Again, like I rewatch the movie every time we actually sit down and talk about it, just to refresh my memory. Yeah. But I was like intently taking notes and paying attention to every detail. Yeah, I know. Most of it is just like after halfway through the movie, I just like, you know what, I'm just gonna watch the movie now. But you're bringing up that, so I didn't know when it said 1914. I actually looked up when World War I started, and it actually said it started July 28th, 1914, when Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, and it was due to the assassination of
Franz Ferdinand.
A month earlier. So that must mean, and the Supreme Beings said, "Oh, war is coming." So they either sensed war was coming, or they almost could.
They could tell
see
that
the
like
future.
Well, they're called the divine beings.
So they saw something that the other humans didn't. So they have some type of like foresight, or maybe they just have very, very good instincts. And they're always it seems like they're always overlooking human beings. And this almost like even going way down a rabbit hole. I was like, man, this might be like the Ancient Aliens, that crazy guy on Ancient Aliens is
This is what he was talking about. No, but then like it jumps forward the 500 years and it immediately goes to like, it would make sense that the United States is now like the world government of Earth.
Yeah,
to a degree, it's very much like attributed to like because he's the president of the Earth shows up and he's got all these guys around. They're on a ship and they're like, we're detecting this giant asteroid entering the solar system, and it's like a giant black fireball. And they're like, what is it? And it's like, it's evil.
Yeah,
we don't know, but it's moving like it's sentient and it's like just flying straight towards Earth.
Yeah, and
that kicks off the entire second, like I said, main plot of the film.
Yeah, well, because you get the presidents on like sort of like it's not not radio, but they're communicating long distance on
which one?
Well, when he's talking to the one admiral of that ship, he's like, hey, like
I assumed it was just like some current like satellite communication.
Yeah, satellite.
It's the future.
Satellite communication.
Sometimes
I have trouble depicting what I'm trying to say. But yeah, satellite communications. But getting back and forth to the president, exactly what's going on, and the admiral is just like, hey, I don't like asking questions. I'm just gonna blow things up. And then Ian Holmes. That's when you first see Ian Holmes, and
he's like bringing the It's not Michael Clark Duncan. It's someone.
No,
that's
it's the
very
guy.
akin
Okay,
to
so
him.
so the guy's name is. I didn't actually know his name.
I feel like Michael Clark Duncan would have been so good.
So his actual name is Tim Liston Jr., but I actually know him as Zeus, the professional wrestler, back when the WWE was the WWF.
Great time.
And he fought Hulk Hogan. I think it was like SummerSlam of like '89 or something like that. But his name was Zeus, so I always know him as Zeus. I didn't know his actual name was Tim Lister Jr. But that's when Ian Holmes comes in and he basically says, "Hey, like just to let you know, this might be another thing, and you need to be
aware of it.
Aware of this, and only striking it's going to make it stronger." And so it's sort of that's where
shoot missiles at it.
Yeah, they shot like everything at it.
They're like,
and it just kept growing and growing, and then that's when you find out that the planet or the asteroid, whatever it is actually sentient and actually knows it's about to be attacked, and it's sort of like almost like
hardens
in itself, and then it absorbs the attack, and and then that's when you start seeing that. On the Admiral's face, that black goo that I still don't know what that is.
I don't think it's black glue. I think it's blood.
Is it?
It's blood, but the props department or the makeup department, they just made. I feel like they made it too dark because there's a later scene where Gary Oldman wipes it off his head, and when he does it, it smears like really dark red.
And you could see that it was
it's in his little glass headpiece thing,
and it has
but it's red. I'm pretty sure it's blood, and just the way the camera shot it, it looks black. So
I always wondered like exactly what that was.
I thought that too because when it started happening, I was like, "What is that?"
Because it only happens to those two guys.
Yeah. Which in turn shows you that like the entity can like interact with people
and call people collect.
Move past that, then we get introduced to Bruce Willis's character, who is essentially like not a down on his luck, but he's broke for the most part. Cab driver in modern day New York, flying a hover cab. Is like you can say like his bills are past due. He gets like he's trying to quit the cigarettes, and he has this little machine on his wall.
That's another thing I did not notice until. So I thought the cigarettes they were just in reverse.
I did too, and then my wife just goes, "Look at the size of the filter," and I went, "Oh yeah."
And then that machine it popped down from it popped out 4 cigarettes. It literally said, I think it said, what did it say? I wrote that.
So like trying to quit.
Yeah, trying to quit or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, he's actually trying to quit, and which makes you think
the cigarette's like this big, really.
Yeah, which makes you think everyone is probably got a smoking addiction, and it's so funny.
It's not as bad as Waterworld.
Yeah, no, it's so funny that we go from Waterworld to this, and everyone. In that movie, everyone's trying to increase their smoking addiction, and this one they're trying to decrease it.
Bruce Willis is doing the thing for the kids. Stop smoking.
Well, dude, I swear to God, Bruce Willis might be the best cigarette smoker in movie history.
Oh yeah, like in Die Hard, where he's like, "No,
he just
welcome to party, pal."
Yeah, dude, he's always got a cigarette in his mouth. And if they still had cigarette ads, he's the guy to put their cigarette.
It's a shame how his health has declined.
It's
so sad.
Because it's like a rare form of dementia or something.
I think the last I heard of
Parkinson's or something.
I think it's dementia.
Yeah.
Last I heard of him, he
can't even talk.
He can't really talk. He just has like brief moments of like not lucidity, but like he has brief moments where he remembers what's happening. But his mind's just gone, and his kids are pretty much, unless family's taking care of him. So,
and it happens. So, I mean, he's not young, but he's not old.
From what I heard, it had been progressing over a number of years.
Oh, okay.
So, but it did happen. It was aggressive,
extremely quick.
So, I mean, Godspeed to him. We'll always have him in memory, but I do hope he's taken care of.
Well, he's one of those guys, especially in the '80s, and in particular in the '90s. He was sort of that.
He was in everything. He was the guy.
Yeah, well, he was the rugged guy. He wasn't great.
He was the Harrison Ford of the 90s.
Yeah, he wasn't a great looking guy, but he was a good looking guy.
Yeah,
he was balding.
I think they just went into that.
His hairline just kept going back.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, and then after all, he just having to shave my head. But he was the. And I actually think he's a lot better of an actor than people give him credit. He's a very physical actor. He's a very emotional actor. when it comes to, he's a very soft actor too. When there was like, especially the scenes in the movie where there actually was some emotion,
Well, yeah,
especially at the
with
end.
Milla Jovovich.
And he was trying to explain certain things to her about why.
He can give some heart to
Yeah,
a film.
he when you actually let him go, he can. He's not Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman's and like Daniel Day-Lewis, like those guys are on another level.
Well, Daniel Day-Lewis is like a method actor.
Yeah.
Like until you yell cut, he is same as Bill Skarsgård. Like they're in character the entire time, and then until they yell cut, and then they stop.
Well, three of my favorite actors, and they're in the same movie. Yeah, it's got Gary Oldman, Sean Penn, and Ed Harris. It's
Gangs of New York.
No, it's a movie called State of Grace, and take three super intense actors and throw them in a scene together, and just watching them in a scene just yell at each other is absolutely amazing. And that's a movie. If you've ever seen State of Grace, it was made like in the early '90s. It's a Sean Penn it's pretty much The Departed, made way before The Departed. So it's Sean Penn comes back. He's like an undercover cop trying to infiltrate like the Irish mafia, and he uses his old friendship with Gary Oldman to infiltrate the Irish mafia. And John C. Reilly's randomly in it too, a young John C. Reilly. John C. Reilly he was a dramatic actor.
He wasn't always comedy.
Yeah, he was not always comedy. In there was a movie directed by Brian De Palma. He's the guy that did Untouchables. He did Scarface.
Fun side fact that I just saw. I went to Walmart last week. They had a gangster film collection. It was like $20, and it had 12 films, and you had The Departed, Untouchables.
Yeah, Untouchables so good.
I think Gangs of New York was on it.
Yeah.
And like 5 other movies. I was like, I want to get this. This is a deal. I didn't know, but it was at Walmart, and I was like, the last bastion of DVDs is Walmart, surprisingly.
Yeah, but what was I talking about now? Brian De Palma, Scarface, all that stuff.
You said it was akin to the was it called Grace?
State of Grace was essentially Departed before Departed. But then Departed is a remake of a Japanese film. So Internal Affairs. So it's So
is that a Kurosawa film?
No, it's I forget who made it, but I saw it a long time ago. I have to rewatch it. I don't remember a ton of it, but I remember it being very, very good.
Okay.
Yeah. It's another movie you should watch. Internal Affairs. I think last time I saw it was on HBO Max. Shout out to Jeff. There's a movie that you can find.
Number one fan, Jeff.
Jeff is our number
one.
We love
fan.
You, Jeff. There we go. Salute to Jeff.
Cheers. But yeah, so after that, you're introduced to, what is it? You go from him. You show his life. He's a cab driver.
Yeah.
And then we get to a scientific, like the divine beings trying to get to Earth because Ian Holm's character, the priest, says that they're coming. They're going to bring the 4 elements to heal or like protect the Earth. They get attacked by the evil.
The Mangaloids.
The Mangaloids.
Mangaloids or Mangalores?
Mangaloids.
Mangaloids, okay.
Which are these shape-shifting pig-looking guys.
Yeah, dude, they're cool.
They're cool. They were neat.
Dude, they're all animatronic. Like, everything. Their entire bodies are actually there. There's no CGI. I think that is the coolest thing. Yeah. Even though sometimes they like seem a little bit robotic, I still love the fact that they put all those animatronics on people's bodies.
It's the same as TMNT.
Yeah.
But like they destroy the ships of the divine beings, and the government is able to recover like a hand from one of them. So they put it in this like essentially the government. They tell you it's like a big secret. They have a device that can like reconstruct cellular DNA, and they have enough DNA from the hand. And they do the cool thing, like, this is human DNA, and they show the double helix, and they're like, this is the divine being DNA, and it's like
15
helixes, and he's like, they're essentially immune to everything. So they reconstruct it, and that's when you're introduced to what you think is going to be this big dude, and it's Milla Jovovich.
Just a hot naked chick.
Hot chick that they put straps on.
Yeah. Which let's cover as little as possible.
Yeah, let's cover. What do they call them? They called them.
It's like the thermal straps.
Thermal straps, yeah. It's like we have thermal straps, and I'm like, blankets work too, but
you're barely covered anything.
So she wakes up. She's speaking some language that nobody knows except for Ian Holmes.
Her eyebrows are dyed or shaved. I couldn't tell.
They were shaved because she has like bright orange hair. They were like I think they were dyed.
I think
she has dyed.
Oh, they died?
They died.
Okay, yeah. She still has her eyebrows.
She still has her eyebrows. But you're introduced to her. She wakes up, freaks out, breaks out of containment, and jumps off of the skyscraper as the government's chasing her, going, "Stop and we'll shoot." And I'm like, don't you need her?
Yeah.
They're like, "Ah!" They're like trying to kill her, but you need her to stop everything. She jumps off the building, crashes through Bruce Willis's cab, which I love that points on the license. You can have like up to 30 points now in the future. He calls
you have 5 left.
Was it Fingers? The guy you were talking about? Fingers like, how many points? Or his mom's like, how many points on the license? He's like, I got like 20 points left. And he gets in the car and turns it on. He's like, you have 5 points. Yeah. And he's like, okay.
Dude, and I didn't know this too. Dude, the number 5, I don't know if I'm just like overthinking this. Number 5 shows up like everywhere. I've started noticing. Like
I didn't even look at that.
The 5 points. There's 5 elements if you count the 5th element.
Yes.
There's there's a bomb that Gary Oldman stops
at 5 seconds.
There's another bomb at 5 seconds. I'm trying to think what other 5. There's the 5 points. I think we already mentioned that.
Flotsam.
Ruby Roads. It's Ruby Road. Ruby Rod? It's Ruby Rod, actually.
Ruby Rod.
I thought it was Ruby Roads for like the longest time.
I thought it was Rose.
Yeah, and so that was something else I learned because I actually looked it up on IMDb. His show starts at 5. So I was like,
because it said 5 to 7 is his show.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why 5 kept coming up, and I don't know if I was overthinking this or is this
You've accessed secret knowledge.
Yeah, or what? But
somebody's gonna come and take you out.
Every time I saw 5 like everywhere, and then I think with 5 minutes left of the one bomb in Floston Paris, the cruise ship, the thing shouts out there like in 5 minutes. I could be overthinking that.
But no, I think they were doing it on purpose.
I think there's 5 everywhere.
But like she crashes through.
Yeah.
He immediately like wants to help her.
Yeah. Well, again, they did. So shout out to that first scene you meet him because he said he's looking for the perfect girl.
Yeah.
And like
drops through the roof of his head. She literally is the perfect being. Yeah. That's what they call her.
And that's another thing too. Do you notice how many times they said she's perfect? Like said
right after they created her, the sergeant guy goes, "She's perfect."
Bruce Willis said perfect.
Yeah.
After
he's calling Fingers like, "I met this girl," and he's like, "She's."
They said perfect. They've said perfect like 15 times whenever they mention, and that can't be a coincidence.
It's got to be like a subliminal destiny thing.
Yeah.
But ipso facto comes out, Bruce Willis takes her to Ian Holmes eventually, helps her escape the police, which all the police in this show reminded me of Judge Dredd with like just ridiculous headgear and everything.
Yeah, no, actually that, and then also like a little hint of like maybe like RoboCop or something like that.
Yes, which if you haven't, Judge Dredd, not the 80s one. The 80s one's cheesy with Sylvester Stallone in it.
Was that the 80s or was that the 90s?
Was it the 90s? I don't know. There's one with Sylvester Stallone and
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider, but who's the...
Oh, the actual... Oh, who was
actress.
it?
No, the actress.
Oh, the actress? Who was it again?
It's Blindside.
Oh, wait, no, that you're thinking...
Sandra Bullock.
You're thinking
Sandra
Demolition
Bullock.
Man.
No, she's in... Oh, am I thinking Demolition Man?
Wait, is she in...
No, I think she's in...
Judge Dredd too?
I'm pretty sure she's in
It's been a while
Dredd.
since I've seen... I saw it when I was like 10.
I think she's in Dredd too.
Do we have to... I don't have my phone.
I don't know.
We have to look that up.
The 2000s came out with a remake of just called Dredd.
Oh, with Keith Urban?
With Keith Urban. It is a highly vicious, highly action, more close to the comic version
I heard a lot
Dredd.
of people like that one better.
Carl Urban loved playing the
I
character.
actually haven't seen that one.
I will let you borrow it. It's fantastic.
Okay, yeah, that was one I haven't seen.
It was a B movie.
Yeah.
And one of the things with it nobody liked is in the comic, Dredd never takes his helmet off.
Oh, they took... Okay.
Carl Urban, they told him, like, you need to take the helmet off. He goes, no. He's like, did the character in the comic take it off? And he goes, no. And so he goes, and the helmet stays on.
Yeah.
He never took the helmet off the entire movie. All you see is, like, from this down on Carl Urban.
Yeah.
And it was so cool.
Well, that's why I was so happy when he was in the newest Mortal Kombat.
He's Johnny Cage.
Because that was one of the guys... I remember, again...
I will watch any movie he's in.
The first time I saw... I think he was, what? It was Lord of the Rings.
He's in Lord of the Rings. He's in...
Two Towers was the first one he was in, right? Or was he in...
No, he's in Two Towers because he plays Theodred.
Was that the first one he was in?
No, not Theodred.
Because he didn't make an appearance... I don't remember him being in the first one.
He's not, because the
Yeah.
Rohirrim doesn't show up in the first one.
But I always loved him as like one of those side characters. He was always, again, he kind of goes like to that, like almost like Maximus and Gladio. He has like a moral code, and he never faulted.
He never betrayed the king once.
Yeah, even though he could have easily walked away and done his own thing, he has that moral code. That's why I love the guy.
Because his sister, I'm trying to remember his name now, and I can't believe I can't remember this. Because his sister is Eowyn, and he is Éomer. It's Éomer.
Yeah,
he's
if you're asking
Éomer
me about
here.
names in Lord of the
I
Rings.
know too many of them. He
Goes
plays
way over my head.
Éomer. But back to the point. If facto, he gets him to Ian Holmes. She can communicate with Ian Holmes because he knows the divine language.
Which they made. I didn't know that either.
They made a whole language?
Like a 400-word language.
I thought she was babbling the
No,
entire
so
time.
they actually made a language for this movie, and I guess when she fell in the cab and she was blurting out stuff, if you look at Bruce Willis's face, he kind of is like, he wasn't told that she was going to speak in the divine language. So his reaction is authentic because he didn't know what the hell what she was talking about.
That's cool.
So
He's actually.
I thought it was gibberish too when I first heard it.
I thought she was just making stuff up.
Yeah, and I was like, God, you're amazing. You should win an Oscar just creating your own language that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but I didn't know that was an actual language that he created for the movie.
Oh, that's who did they tell you who wrote it?
I don't know, but didn't also wasn't Tolkien wasn't he like a linguist or something like that?
Yeah, Tolkien was a. So he was a literature professor.
I know he made his own
he made Dwarven, Elven, or what was it called? It was called. I don't remember the word. It's like fancy word for Elven.
Yeah, I mean
Sylvan.
And
not
James
Sylvan.
Cameron, I know, did a language for
the Avatar
movies, and I'm sure there's more movies where they did it. And I think that's really cool. You make your own language.
It takes incredible knowledge. Like you can just make one up.
Yeah.
The king of it's still Tolkien.
Yeah.
Because he made an actual Sindarin. That's what it's called. Tolkien made an actual language with phonetics and accents and things. He made like 3 different versions of it depending on where you were.
Yeah.
He made Dwarvish.
Are they like different dialects of the
like
same
different
language?
Yeah, he made everything.
Oh, so if you're like in like the New York, if you're in the New York of Lord of the Rings,
yeah, there's a different dialect.
and you wind up in like
Sindarin.
Savannah, Georgia of Lord of the Rings. They
the
have
Southern
the same,
elves
yeah.
with the twang.
They got the twang.
But yeah, no. So Ian Holmes takes her in, tries to usher Bruce Willis out. She's unconscious by the time Bruce Willis gets her to Ian Holmes. He tries to kiss her. She immediately pulls his gun out and points it at his head.
Like, that's a mistake.
And he's just like, I'm sorry. That was bad. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. And she's all mad. Ian Holmes then puts her in front of like a computer where she can essentially watch at rapid pace the entire history of the world. And
well, I'm guessing because she's the supreme being,
she needs to know.
She can basically retain and comprehend information and
she probably has like an infinite amount.
Yeah, and she literally is just getting like rapid fire, and she's like, oh yeah, I remember that one. It was later in the movie. She's like, oh, you learned to speak English? Yeah. He's like, I learned on there, like the TV, like in their like
little mini tube.
Yeah. And he's like, where are you at? He's like, oh, I left off at V. Like, oh, cool.
He's like, haven't gotten to. He's like, or what did he say? He said, he's like, there's a lot of good words in V.
Yeah.
Or was it W?
No, I think it was V.
It was V.
Virtue. I think it was virtue or something like that.
Yeah, but he says something to like flirt with her.
Yeah.
I can't remember the word.
Yeah.
And then
very beautiful.
Very beautiful. And then she eventually watches W and learns of war and the atrocities that humans can commit.
And that was actually, I know we're jumping far ahead in the story, but I actually think that was kind of a unique thing to actually show, to see. So like human beings, like sometimes you always hear people saying the true nature of humans, if you take away civilization, we're brutal.
Yeah. Yeah,
we're just brutal human beings and what we do to each other. And that was even a cool thing, too, where she was saying all the weapons that we make is just a way to... All the technology
is just
to
kill.
Is just a better way to kill, pretty much. And even the Fifth Element sort of like... her sole purpose is to protect life. Like,
but is life worth protecting at that point?
That was another saying too in the movie. Like, time is not important, only life. And I think they said it like 3 or 4 times.
One when she was losing consciousness.
Well, even the I don't know technically the darkness or the evil.
I called it the entity.
Yeah. When he was talking to Gary Oldman, Collect, by the way, he's called him Collect. He's like, it's gonna cost you more money. He's like, money not important, only time. So like, apparently to the divine beings, whether it's bad or good, nothing matters except either protecting life, creating life, or destroying life. That, like, to them, that's the most important thing. Because, yeah, I mean, really, if you think about it, even in the universe, everything is always colliding with one another. It's constant chaos. Things are being created. Things are being destroyed. And the one thing out of everything that is unusual is life. Like, life, technically, for how much stuff happens in the universe, this is me going back to physics now, but for how much chaos and, like, just things that happen in the universe, life theoretically or, like, statistically really shouldn't exist, but somehow it does. Life finds a way. Life finds a way. If we're going out quoting Jurassic Park. So that to me was really cool that they actually, the one important thing to both sides, good and evil, was life. That was the one thing. And Milla Jovovich, her sole purpose was to protect life.
Yeah.
And even she, the fifth
in the final scenes, like, they had to kind of like reconvince her.
Yeah. And so I think that, and that's where, going back to Bruce Willis, if you give Bruce Willis a scene where you have to give some emotion, he gives a very different style of emotion. He's very soft.
So he gives
for how hard he is as a human.
Yeah, he gives what he is, because he's like the man's man right now, like Harrison Ford. He gives the openness. Yeah. Like, he knows how to do vulnerable. Yeah, he can portray a vulnerable man that comes from being strong. Yeah, and it's like the best way to say that.
Like a stoic almost.
Yeah, kind of. Like, the only thing that comes to mind is Stoic the Vast from How to Train Your Dragon with Gerard Butler. Yeah. How he acts all tough the whole time, and then at the very end of the movie, he has to be soft and tell his son, he's just like, I'm proud of you, and I'm sorry that I never believed in you. Well, because I couldn't see you.
Well, I almost even think, because like, you sort of have like these, like, well, let's take, like, we'll use, like, my dad as an example. Like, my mom was very nurturing. My dad, was very hard on me at times. Very hard on me.
In the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, very hard on me at times. But it was out of the most nurturing possible way, because I think it's actually doing a disservice to be over nurturing, because when you do go off on your own, no one's there to help you, so you have to figure things out yourself.
Well, and
so being almost the nurturing self of, like, the Bruce Willis, there's that softer side. Yeah, you can be tough as nails, but you can, when it comes to things that really matter, you can actually take a step back, and you actually can, and show, why you're doing what you're doing, and you actually show that you actually
have a heart.
Yeah, you actually do have a heart. So, like, that I thought that was kind of a cool thing to show. He's blowing things up, shooting things, not asking questions, killing.
He's doing what he's got to do.
You got to do what you got to do, but then when it really matters, he takes a step back and he says, "This is what really matters." All that other stuff.
But because he sets it up in the beginning of the movie. He's like, "I'm looking for love."
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do all this. He just.
It's so funny. It's so funny how, like, it's always. We've had this conversation. You act tough, all this stuff, but when it comes down to it, like, you just, like,
everybody wants to be loved.
Yeah, you like, we were having this conversation. All I want to do is just hold my wife's hand and walk down the beach. That's all I want to do.
That's all I want to do is be with my wife. That's why I married her.
That's all I want to do. I'm not trying to push people around. I'm not trying to be physical or anything. At the end of the day, I do my work and I go home and literally just want.
There's my favorite person. Hey.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
this is what I did everything for.
And I think Bruce Willis shows that at the end.
He did a great job. I think it's a great character. It's surprisingly a deeper character than everybody would think coming from him. But yeah, he works. He makes it work.
Yeah.
And then you have a whole side story that's going along following the other semi-main character of this film, not Milla Jovovich, because like hers kind of runs parallel with Bruce Willis's. The other one that runs like off parallel to them is Gary Oldman, who apparently is like the richest man in the world. He runs Zorg Enterprises, who plays, his entire name is Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg.
Yeah.
Love how they just say that. He is the one that hired the Mangaloids to go kill the divine beings, to retrieve the stones, and he wants to get the stones because the evil entity calls him collect multiple times, and it's just like, you will do this for me. He's like, and he's just, yes, sir. I love how he has the southern accent, too. He talks like he's from North Carolina. He's like, yes, sir. Yeah, he's got a limp. He's got a weird plastic shell over his head to hold his hair up to one side. And then he works. There's the scene in it where they're like, sir, the people are saying that we're not, or he's like, we're being charged too much in taxes. And he's like, fire 1 million people. Yeah. And they're like, we only need to fire like 1,000. He's like, fire 1 million. Did I stutter? And they fire 1 million, and then later in the show, Bruce Willis gets one from Zorg Enterprises and says, "You're fired." And he's like, the Chinese guy is like, "You are fired."
He's eating sushi on out his window.
Hover sushi.
And, hover sushi, and the guy's just like, "You got to look at things positively or something."
Yeah, he's like, my father said, he's like, there's always a good third thing after two bad things. Yeah. Picks it up. You are fired.
You're fired. Food on me.
He's like, I give you lunch tomorrow.
Fortune cookie. Yeah.
It was a huge fortune. It was like this big.
I know. And then right after, that actually brings us right back to on track where we last left off, was after the whole thing with Milla Jovovich, and he drops her off at the
priest's house.
Victor Cornelius. He goes back to his apartment, has lunch, and then
the government shows up.
Then that's when the president's like, "Hey, we need to find these stones. Hire your best man." And
it's Bruce Willis.
I know exactly who to hire. Yeah, and sure enough, they show up at his door, and he wins a trip to Floston Paradise. Is it Floston?
I put the subs on. Flotsam. No, hold on. Hold on.
I thought it was Floston, but I
Floston Paradise.
Yeah, Floston Paradise. Yeah.
And I made a note. It's a cruise ship that floats above the water.
Yes.
Why?
On a planet that is
and then it
full
goes
of water.
into space. but it's on a paradise planet. But then they go into space, and you see people like sunbathing.
Oh, I know, dude. I know.
And wearing like the robes and stuff, and it's like, what is happening right now?
Well, he wins the Ruby Road.
He'll win.
I keep saying Ruby Road.
They rigged a contest to get him on it because apparently the holder of the stones is going to be on the Flotsam Paradise.
Well,
Floston.
Yeah.
Paradise.
So, dude, that scene, the way they edit this movie actually is. I didn't realize it until I watched it, because I watched it a few days ago. And, there's many scenes, in particular, where there's two scenes going on, but they intercut them, and it's seamless how, like, Zorg asks the leader of the Mangalores, like, "Where are the stones?" And then it cuts to Milla Jovovich, and she's like, "Oh, she's looking for the stones," and this and that, and it cuts back to Zorg. And I forget exactly what they're saying, and it cuts back to Milla Jovovich. Oh, right there, and they interlace scenes perfectly together. And then later in the
is that how he found out where the stones were?
Yeah. So, you're talking about
Gary Oldman's character?
No, I think so. I think how he found. Remember that scene with the cockroach?
Yeah.
I think that's where they find out where the stones are, because the president and the general are talking, and the guy's listening.
Oh, right.
Which I love how they just strapped a
radio device to a cockroach.
And
it's like this big, and he doesn't even notice it.
I know. There's like a giant radio transmitter on its back, and it's like, how do you not notice a cockroach?
I love how he takes his shoe off too and just slams it on the table.
And then the guy's like, ah.
Let's hold on. Let me pivot to Gary Oldman's character. Like when he gets the box from the Mangaloids the first time, he's just like he opens it up. And he's like freaking out because he's terrified of the entity because the stones aren't in the box, and he just turns around. He bartered with the Mongoloids
for weapons.
And it was like his most advanced weapon yet. Which, fun fact, I saw this like 15 years ago. Adam Savage of MythBusters.
Mm-hmm.
So the big gun that they have, it was like the Ultra Blaster, like Mark V, whatever. No. So like Adam Savage, one of his favorite props that he's ever seen in a movie was that blaster.
Oh yeah.
And he is consecutively trying to make it 100% accurate.
Can't do it.
But like he's like, every time I find somebody that worked on it, or I find another video from a different angle, he's like, I see something that's not on mine. Much like in Blade Runner, there's a constant argument of how to make Decker's blaster.
That thing probably took 2 years to make.
Probably took 2 years to make, but like he's like there's all these little knobs and buttons, and it's got like 15 weapons on the front. He's like you got your lock-on machine gun, and I just got to lock on this dummy, and the bullets will curve back to where I locked on. I got the missile launcher, flamethrower, and my personal plastic, the net gun, random net gun, and then
flamethrower, and he's like a new addition, and it's like the freeze gun.
The freeze gun, and then at the end he tells him, "I'll give you half. You go get me the stones again," and then he leaves the thing. And they're like, "You're really gonna give him all those guns?" And he's like, "I didn't tell him what the red button on the bottom does." He sounds like Walton Goggins. Yeah. And he presses it, and they all. Why is there a self-destruct button on it?
While he's smoking his like quarter cigarette. The giant filter cigarette.
But yeah, so where are we? I don't remember. I just remember I love that scene.
Well, we kind of left off right there. Zorg, because I know the priest Cornelius, Ian Holm's character. He's like, I remember there was this art dealer, because Zorg told me it was an art dealer, and his assistant shows up at his door. I believe either it's right before.
Oh yeah, it was Zorg's assistant.
Yeah,
and he tells him Mr. Zorg wants to speak to you.
And I think, if I remember, no, I think Milla Jovovich was actually there.
She was in the apartment.
Yeah, and so he, without knowing, the Fifth Element was right there. And that was that was like the most bizarre scene when Ian Holm's character goes to see Zorg, because
he's choking.
He's telling him like all these processes, everything has to work perfectly in order for he breaks the glass.
All the robots
do their thing and all that stuff, and all these people did this, and those people had jobs that made this thing to make everything work together.
And then I fired him.
And if one thing doesn't work, then nothing works. And he was explaining that, and then he has the cherry. And he's just pushing buttons while Ian Holmes is kind of like, yeah, I know you're the evil guy. It briefly paraphrased.
He said something. He was like, he's like, all this power that you have, and you can't stop something so simple.
Yeah, and I think he also, Ian Holmes knows that
he's working for the entity.
Or I don't know if he's working for the entity, but he's someone that wants the stones, or he's someone not to trust. And then that almost like pig elephant thing comes out. It looks
like something from Dr. Seuss.
And he's like, with the cherry thing.
Didn't it smile at him? It was just like,
yeah. And then later, he's petting the thing.
It's so weird. It's like a naked cat.
Yeah. Or I'm still trying to figure out what that animal was.
It looks like it's from Dr. Seuss.
Probably, but spares him. And Zorg doesn't. That is so cool. Right away, each character, they get it right into who they are. Like Bruce Willis's character, you find out that he was like an ex special forces. You find out Zorg, he's extremely powerful, but he also, if you cross him, he will kill you, and he doesn't care.
He's extremely powerful, but he's also, I wouldn't say he's a coward, but he's afraid.
Yeah, he's afraid
of losing the power.
Yeah, and the priest obviously.
He's the guy
his sole purpose is protecting
the Fifth Element,
the stones, all that stuff, the supreme being. And then there's the Fifth Element out the gate again. Like she doesn't really know what's going on. Almost like when she first was brought back, it almost seemed like it kind of like that
shell shock,
instinctual thing, like an animal like in the cage, and then it like any animal would, yeah, you instinctively react, and she reacted by punching through that
unbreakable glass,
unbreakable glass, and running away. And her sole purpose was, I need to get these stones. Like, that was her whole purpose. Like, that, they immediately, right off the bat, tell you who they are, what their mission is, and everything like that. And I realized, and I was telling you this right before we filmed this, I didn't know this until I looked it up, but this movie was actually supposed to be a trilogy. And I guess they only gave them enough money to make one movie, and so he compacted 3 movies into one movie, which a lot of the times
it does feel like that occasionally.
Is a recipe for disaster, because you have all these things, which I didn't know he started writing this script when he was 16.
Yeah,
like this is, you could tell it's very detailed. There's the mythology is very thought out.
Well, I mean, if you look at Luc Besson's, like some of the biggest movies he did all 3 Transporter movies with
the writer, Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. He did all 3 Taken movies with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
He did Lucy with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
He did the most recent Dracula film in 2025.
Well, he wrote some of those. He directed some of those. Yeah.
And then he also worked on like the Nikita TV show, the
Yeah.
Transporter TV show, the Taken TV show. So he's really good at creating his own rule set and world.
Oh, he's a great world builder.
Yeah, he's good at it. He sets up stakes really well.
Yeah.
And then you got his co-director, Robert Mark Common, who helped him, or co-writer, I should say, co-writer. He worked on all 3 Karate Kids.
Yeah.
He did the Jackie Chan Karate Kid with...
or was it based... Did he write it, or was it based on his stuff?
No, he wrote it.
Did he really?
It said,
okay.
IMDb said he wrote it. He did the Cobra Kai TV show, which is the best modern-day adaptation of Karate Kid to date. So they're both really good at making worlds.
They have tons of talent. They're extremely talented, and they know how to tell a story. But
yeah,
Luc Besson, because you haven't seen The Professional, Leon the Professional, he's very methodical on how he builds his worlds. Like the opening scene of The Professional is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And I won't spoil it for you because you didn't see it, but it is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. The way it's shot, the way everything sort of unfolds. He really knows how to bring the audience in and really captivate the audience. And so it's weird how he just kind of, not that he disappeared, but after he did Leon the Professional, Fifth Element, he did, like I said, he did another movie with Milla Jovovich in I think 99, The Messenger, the Joan of Arc story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it did as well at the box office. Maybe that's the reason why his career kind of went another direction. I don't know. Or maybe he just wanted to do other things in life, but he was one of those. Those 2 movies, Leon the Professional and The Fifth Element, they're so good that I'm kind of shocked that he's not more talked about, like in the James Camerons or the Spielbergs or the Nolans or the Tarantinos, of just flat out great filmmakers.
I mean, this is much of a cult classic as Blade Runner is to the 80s.
It still made over. I think it made what was it? 200. It was 200. It grossed $263 million worldwide. It didn't make a lot in the U.S. and it cost $90 million to make. And I didn't know this. It's technically a European film co-produced by Columbia Pictures. So it at the time was the largest European film ever. And I believe Luc Besson is from France, I believe.
French or Italian or
something like that. And it's with not all American cast, but mostly American actors and British actors. I don't know if there might be a couple of French actors in there.
Now that you say it, there are a lot of British actors.
There's a lot. Holmes is British.
Think Bruce
Gary
Willis, Milla Jovovich, and Gary Oldman and Chris Tucker.
Yeah, well, Gary Oldman is British.
Oh yeah, so Milla Jovovich, Bruce Willis, and
And I don't even
Chris
know.
Tucker. I think that's it.
I think Milla Jovovich is American. She might be something else.
I think she's American.
Is she? I think she started a career as a model, and I don't know if it was like in Europe.
She
I think
speaks really good English.
Yeah, she does, and I actually think she's really underrated. I actually think she's for me. She might be one of the top 3 best female action stars ever.
Oh, she did all of the Resident Evil movies,
and I actually love the first one a lot.
Like if you ask me like who are 2 top female action stars, I'm gonna go Milla Jovovich and Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, dude,
from Underworld,
dude,
yeah.
But you also got Linda Hamilton from Terminator.
Yeah, Linda Hamilton
and Sigourney Weaver in Aliens.
Yeah, so those are your top four right there. And that's like what? That's like at least 15 movies between the 4 of them.
And they are Milla Jovovich is. I don't know if she was like a gymnast or played sports, but she is extremely physical. She's extremely athletic.
You have that scene in the movie where she's doing backflips, avoiding guns, and then she does the same thing in Resident Evil, avoiding lasers and stuff.
And I think she does all her own stunts.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, well, dude, I actually talking about Resident Evil. I know a lot of people. It's kind of like a hit and miss for them for the first Resident Evil.
It's the same reason people don't like Resident Evil. The same reason people don't like some of the Marvel movies. It's because there is a canon to it.
And they don't really follow it.
They don't. Like, there's a new Resident Evil coming out from the guy that made weapons.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are mad that he's not following canon. But I'd say in terms of, like, what he's doing with the new movie, he's making a really good setting for it.
I'm still going to go see it because
it looks interesting.
I think it's one of my favorite video game series of all time is Resident Evil. I just like zombie movies, and I love survival games like that. Like the zombie. I used to watch my brother. He bought the first Resident Evil on PlayStation, and I
have RE4 somewhere.
I have the one on GameCube.
It's over there. Resident Evil 4.
Do you have the remake or do you have the?
No, that's the one. They ported it to PS2 after the Gamecube.
Yeah,
they just remade it for modern, and I kind of want to get it because it's like $20.
Well, when last time it was either last Christmas or the Christmas before I went over to my buddy's house. He bought like the remake, and I think they had some added stuff in the beginning.
They added some stuff that like expands why.
Yeah, but the fourth one is one of my favorite games of all time.
It's in the top 5 of like a lot of people.
I love that game. It's so good. The remake of the first one is an amazing. I think it's better than the PlayStation version.
I've got.
Do you got what?
I have the RE1 and 2 remake. I'm pretty sure.
So I have the remake. So I have Resident Evil 0 on GameCube.
Code Veronica.
I don't have Code Veronica because that was on Sega Saturn.
That's the next one they're remaking is Code Veronica.
When they came out with Resident Evil 5, that's when it tailed off a little bit for me, and then I played 6, and that's kind of I was like, this isn't really...
RE5 and 6 are like universally known as kind of like some of the weakest entries.
They tried to.
They made it more actiony.
Yeah, and I like the mystery solving aspect of it with the. Open up door. Hey, there's a zombie, or there's the zombie dogs, or there's something. One of the things in the first one, I remember there was this hallway in the beginning of the game where if you run, the dogs come in through the windows, and then those dogs don't leave. They're there, and you either have to run by them or you have to shoot them. And
do you know in the first Resident Evil game, there's a finite amount of bullets?
Dude, that was the one thing about the first one where you have to be very conservative when you're shooting things because
there's a finite. I think they said there's like 400 or something bullets in the game.
And I that's one of the things I love about that game is that you actually have to be. It's actually realistic.
Yeah, you have to be strategic. You run in, you die.
It's random that there's bullets everywhere.
The new one, Resident Evil 8 Requiem, is. I watched a couple playthroughs of it on YouTube, and it was actually pretty cool. It went back to like you could play it in first person.
Yeah. Okay.
And you could also play it in third, so you could play it, and you're like the first like quarter of the game, you're walking through a mansion just like the first game.
Well, when I got Resident Evil Zero, well, that one's cool because you can actually switch back between characters.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. But the first and the Resident Evil Zero and Resident Evil Remake on GameCube are 2 discs. So it's so large, I had to put it on 2 discs, and which is so cool. I like that little.
Well,
disc.
GameCube had their discs because of the size had restricted memory.
Yeah.
Like PlayStation 2, it's 1 disc.
Yeah.
It's just a disc size.
But dude, going back to now Resident Evil the movie, the first one with and that's actually where I discovered Michelle Rodriguez, who is also another great female.
Yeah, she's in
star.
all the
Fast
and Furious.
She's in the top 5 there too.
She's in what's another movie?
She's a badass.
She's
That's
in,
another swear jar. Oh my god.
She's in the Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Dude,
That's a fun movie.
I have not seen it, but I heard actually it's really good.
It's fun as heck, dude.
With Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually heard that's really good.
It's really good. You know who wrote it?
Who?
The guy who wrote Spider-Man Homecoming.
Really?
The nerd from Bones. The guy who plays Sweets in the TV show Bones.
Yeah.
He was the main character of Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
He wrote all those movies after, like, this guy has a crazy Hollywood career. Like, he was young, like young teenage pre-adolescent star in Freaks and Geeks. Disappeared for like 11 years. Comes back, writes, what is it, that National Lampoon's RV movie.
Yeah.
Doesn't succeed box office. Comes back, stars in like 130 episodes of Bones as Dr. Sweets and the FBI. Then goes and disappears, writes Spider-Man Homecoming, which relaunched the Spider-Man cinematic portrayal in the MCU. And then he wrote Dungeons and Dragons, which a lot of people didn't like. If you think about it, Dungeons and Dragons, like if you played D&D, they're really good.
Well, I'm guessing he probably played.
He probably did, but like the actors act like all their classes. What's her name? Michelle Rodriguez. She plays Barbarian.
Yeah.
And she's great.
Yeah.
And Chris Pine's great. Like every actor in the movie, you got to borrow it, or I think it's on. I think it's on Prime.
I think it is. Yeah.
Watch it. It's fun. It's so
saved
fun.
it. It's one of those movies because when it came out in theaters and I saw the trailer, I was kind of like, I don't know about this.
I did too, but we went and saw it and we were like, that was a fun movie.
Well, it was you that actually told me. It was like, dude, it actually was a really fun movie. And then I hear from everybody else, it's like, yeah, dude, it's actually a really good movie.
Yeah.
Sometimes, that's one thing that I miss. Sometimes when you go to a movie, I don't, and this is kind of what happened with me with F1. F1 last year, that was my favorite
I heard
movie.
nothing but good things about F1.
Is it a perfect movie? No. Is Ford vs. Ferrari probably a better written movie and a better acted movie? Yeah, probably. But F1 was so much fun and so entertaining. And it was a lot more physical acting than it was like dialogue scenes. The scenes where they're in the actual
car.
Formula One vehicle were so captivating. I remember just turning to my wife like, God, this is so much fun. This is so much fun.
This is cool.
Yeah, and I don't really see movies twice in theaters because I like the wait before it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray or 4K now, and I like letting.
I just don't want to pay the money.
Well, I've only seen like a few movies twice, and I one of them was a Star Wars Force Awakens, and like I think I said in the past episode. The second time, halfway through, I wanted to leave because I'm like, this is literally just a retelling of the first movie.
I knew that 5 seconds in.
And then the other one was randomly Freaky Friday with what's her name?
Lindsay
Lohan
and
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I saw it twice is my buddy, he didn't see it and he wanted to see it. Because of me, not Milla Jovovich. I have
or Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan, because at that time she was kind of like
not crazy,
coming out of her teenage years, and we were about
young children,
young men
with
the hormones going.
Only movie I've seen multiple times is I saw Pacific Rim twice because I loved it, and I saw Scott Pilgrim 3 times.
And then the third movie was F1, and I actually saw when I saw it the second time, I saw it by myself. I think I might have liked it even more. And so then I don't buy new a lot anymore. I'm more thrifty when I come to buying my movies. I like buying like high quality used because it's cheaper. But I bought F1 the first day it came out because I enjoyed it so much. It's
one of those.
It just goes back to it's fun. And this Fifth Element is one of those movies where dude, there's like we were talking before. There's a lot of plot holes. It does seem like there's a lot in this movie,
but it balances it,
and it jumps from here to there to there to there to there sometimes. But God, it's so much fun.
Yeah, and to jump back into it, we get from Ian Holmes. Everybody ends up on the cruise ship.
Yeah.
And
Floss in Paradise.
Floss in Paradise. That's the hardest freaking word to say.
Well, I guess before I was gonna say one quick thing.
Okay, no, sorry.
About Resident Evil. Then we'll get back in.
Okay.
But the first Resident Evil, what I love about that movie so much, I know
the setting is so cool,
dude. When you put human beings in a place that's locked off and there's no escape, it's kind of like The Thing. They're stuck in Antarctica. They can't go outside because they'll die they'll get frozen to death. But then they can't really stay where they're at because
they'll die.
Because they'll die because there's an alien and you don't know who the alien might be or who's an alien, who's not, like. It's sort of that element where if you put people in a space and your survival is at stake, it's kind of testing that thing that we were talking about earlier, like human nature.
Yeah.
We go from I was using the term, if me and you, let's say we've been the best of friends for 30 years of our lives, and there's the moment of there's a steak on the ground. Me and you haven't eaten
the Joker scene. We only have room for what?
Yeah.
The pool stick.
We only got. There's only enough.
There's
food
only
for
one position
for one of you to survive, and would I let you take the steak? Would you let me take the steak, or would we fight over to the death to get that steak? Because I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I would probably hope to God I say, yeah, you can have the steak. But then if you say, oh, I hope you have the steak, then we're both
just
dead.
Cut the steak in half. What are we doing?
Then we're both dead, yeah. But I really love that aspect of people trapped in a space, and they have to somehow figure out, and then add zombies. If you put zombies in anything, it already elevates the movie for me, because I want to make a zombie movie.
Well, the only movie that comes to mind that's similar to that just popped in, and I won't go into it, Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one with
Joss Whedon.
Is that the one where they're like there's the disease?
No, it's where.
Oh no, that's Eli. That's the Eli Roth one.
Dumb kids go to a cabin to party.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, every monster in the books starts showing up and killing them, and it turns out there's
I'm thinking of Cabin Fever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I'm not gonna get into it because I want to get us back on track. But
back on track.
Yeah, because we have a finite amount of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a cool movie like that. Cabin in the Woods. Joss Whedon directed it. If you haven't watched it, it's
Cabin
fun.
Fever is Eli Roth.
So, science fiction and horror.
Yeah,
both of them.
There we go.
But yeah, so everybody ends up on the Flossed in Paradise cruise ship,
and then you get Chris Tucker.
You get Chris Tucker. Enter him as Ruby Rhod.
Okay, so this is the one thing I was holding off to say. Do you know who they were going to have play Ruby Rhod? But because I guess like a conflict issue, a scheduling issue, didn't play. And I actually think they picked the perfect choice with Chris Tucker instead.
Who?
Prince.
Oh my god, that would have been so cool. That would have been so cool.
I can't see the role, like Chris Tucker was born to play that role.
Yeah.
But seeing Prince in that role would have been insane.
You know who a modern day version of that would be?
Who?
What's his name? Damn it.
Who are you thinking?
He's a musician also.
It's kind of like Prince?
Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz. Yeah. Same guy, really. Kinda.
Dude, I mean, honestly, because Prince basically played all of the instruments on the music he made, and Lenny Kravitz does the same thing. Dude, he's insanely talented.
Yeah.
Like both of them, but Lenny Kravitz is insanely talented.
He doesn't put himself out there that much.
And he doesn't look like he's aged. Yeah. He's like 64 or something like that. He looks like he's 30. He's ripped. I think I read somewhere he hasn't eaten like a carb and eaten sugar in like the last 30 years.
I only eat lettuce and steak.
Dude, but if you look up a picture of that guy now,
he looks the same as he did 20 years ago.
20 years ago. And I don't understand how that's
like
humanly
Paul
possible.
Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd hasn't aged.
I think it's demons.
Probably.
There's demons.
There's some people that just don't look like they've aged. And then when they do age, they age like 50 years.
Really quick.
Like that.
But yeah, so we get Ruby Rod.
It's Ruby Rod.
Chris Tucker shows up as Ruby Rod, who is a digital DJ radio host.
Which kind of, I guess, is like the first
podcast, kind of.
Or social media influencer, or whatever you want to say.
Yeah. He's kind of like Howard Stern in space.
Yeah, Howard Stern in space. That's a great analogy.
He's a woman. He's a ladies' man. Like, he flirts with all the women.
But like Prince is very feminine, but he's the most masculine.
But he's wearing like roses and a skin tight spandex
and
suit.
He's got like
a big
and he's got like a thing that's like
showing his hair.
Yeah,
he's got like a big mottled swoop
cone hair
thing.
Yeah,
and he's just like, everybody coming out of Ruby Rod. Like, I can't do Chris Tucker's voice.
He's got 3 assistants.
He comes with 3 assistants who all look like they're all like metrosexual as him. And like, he comes up, first thing he meets Bruce Willis's character. He's like, how does it feel winning the contest? Holds his microphone cane up to him, and Bruce Willis, great. Because he just does not want to do this.
He doesn't want to do it at all, but he knows he has to do it for the cover. Oh my!
But get introduced. They're on the spaceship. Stuff happens. We're trying to find out where the stones are.
Chris Tucker's eyes, when he has them open, they're like all the way open. I've never seen someone's eyes.
Oh, where it looks like you can see the rounding of his eyes.
You can see the whole eyeball. Yeah. I don't know how his eyeball doesn't pop out.
You notice that
I've noticed
in Rush Hour?
But I'm saying his eyeballs just pop out.
Yeah, it's got to be a blood vessel thing.
Or something like that.
But he becomes an unlikely sidekick to Bruce Willis.
I know! Dude, it's so cool!
Because they find out there's an opera lady on the ship that the Fifth Element, Milla Jovovich, gave the stones to hundreds of years ago. A diva, which she does like a space techno opera in the middle of this movie.
Which also intertwines with the fight scenes.
Yeah, it becomes the music to the fight scenes that Milla Jovovich is doing.
And I don't know where I saw it, so that, just a brief thing about the music, that scene where she's doing like the so, I don't know where I read it, but the musical score, I guess the composer, they said that it was like an impossible thing because I guess the human voice can't change pitch that high that quick or something like that. So they had to somehow do it in post-production to do that. But everyone told the composer, I guess, yeah, it's impossible. You can't do that. And he went and did it.
He goes, checkmate.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't done naturally. He had to do it like post-production wise, but he was able to do it.
But yeah. It was weird. It was a cool scene, though.
Oh, dude, the fight
scene where the Mangaloids invade.
Yeah, she's like doing that thing,
and she's the guy comes up behind her about to hit her. She goes, wham! Hits him in the face again. The whole fight scene, it happens. The ship goes into chaos. Ruby Rod sticks with Corbin Dallas because Corbin's the only one. He pulls out, starts shooting Mangaloids. Come in, my man. Come in, my man. Please don't leave.
Dude, and then who's the deaf guy's name? I forget the.
It's like Franz.
Yeah,
Franz something. So he's
because he's tone deaf.
He's literally throws him the pool balls. Chaos ensues. Zorg shows up trying to get the stones at the same time the Mangaloids do because he doesn't trust the Mangaloids to do the job anymore.
Yeah, he's like, well, he even says it. He's like, if you can't
do something right.
Yeah, his assistants can't do it. The Mangaloids can't do it. It's like, he does it himself.
Gets the whole thing. Chaos ensues. They get the stones. I'm not going to tell you where, but they get the stones finally. And Milla Jovovich gets hurt because of how the stones get to happen.
And the diva, that's another thing.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah.
Leave it for it.
The diva says, even though she might be perfect, she still needs help. She still needs help. And so, dude, and after that is one of the coolest action sequences ever.
I love when Chris Tucker's on the second story and he goes, he's like, don't move. Just shoots a hole in the ceiling and he falls. Chris Tucker's so great.
He screams so much in that movie.
I love when Corbin, they knocked out one of the Mangaloids and he's like, hold this gun right here. And he points at his head and then he accidentally shoots him. He's like, sorry. He's like patting him. He shot him in the head.
You think he's okay?
But the ship's about to blow up. They end up getting Milla Jovovich, everybody off, fly out.
Yeah.
Turns out they got to fly back to Earth because the spot where the stones coincide is on Earth at the same pyramid from the original series. And Ian Holmes had the key the whole time that was passed down for like
priest to priest,
50 generations or something like that.
Yeah, whatever. How 500 years would be. Yeah,
and they have to do a whole puzzle sequence to get the stone, which was
I love that.
Cleverly written.
Yeah,
cleverly written.
And I actually, dude, for 1997, the special effects. I know some seem a little rough, especially like in the New York City parts where Milla Jovovich looks down.
Some's 3D.
Yeah, but I guess a lot of it was actually models.
Practical.
Yeah, practical.
So we'll close out the story so we can get in it because I want to talk about special effects. They get it. Stuff happens. Save the world. Bam. That's it. Like I'm not going to say how everything happens because I don't want it to spoil anything for the final moments. Save the world. President Corbin's mom calls the president, and she calls him an idiot.
Dude, that was one of the things I want to bring up. The mom might...
Oh my God, I should have never gave him birth.
Yeah. she actually was like... I mean, Chris Tucker was kind of like the comedic relief. She was also kind of like a non-scene comedic relief as well.
She would pop up every so often. When he gets to the hotel, I can't believe you would leave me here. You're the worst.
Well, dude, I love how... nonchalantly, because the general I forget the guy's, I think it's General something, I forget what his name was, but when he shows up at his apartment and he's like, what are you doing here? Like Bruce was like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, you didn't know?
You didn't check your mail?
Yeah, check your mail. Oh, you've won a trip for two Floss in Paradise. And then he's like, oh yeah, we need you to save the world. Like he nonchalantly just
By the way,
we need you to save the world. And
we're
Bruce
all
Willis
gonna
is
die.
like, I don't want to do
it
this
anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. This is not me anymore. And dude, again, this is in the beginning of the movie. I love the fact that his like neighbor shows up,
tries to rob him.
Yeah, and then that like shelf unit comes down, and there's a bunch of other guns.
Oh, because he's taken from other people.
He's been.
He just goes, oh hey, let me take that for you.
He's so used to getting like mugged or attempted mugging that he just kind of outsmarts all of his stupid neighbors or whoever tries to break in.
Because he's living in the slums, technically.
Yeah, I mean, they must think because he was former military or whatever. I don't know that
he has a lot of money.
He had a lot of money or something like that. But no, Bruce Willis is not doing well.
So we'll go so that's most part of the movie. We'll go into special effects now.
Yeah.
I was actually going to talk about that. I love the practicality of everything in this movie. Like when the gun shelf comes down, I love stupid stuff like that. You can find in Alien, you can find in The Hobbit, you can find, or not Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, any of those science fiction movies like Terminator, all of those where it's something simple, but it's something you think we would have in the future. Like in Back to the Future Part 2, where Marty's kid's just like, can I get fruit, please? And like the little thing pops down from the dinner table.
Oh,
He picks, there's like, thank you. And it like goes back up. Stupid little things.
They smack it or something?
Yeah, because it won't work. Stupid little things like that we thought in the 90s and 2000s would replace stuff because you don't want clutter in the future. Yeah. So stuff comes out of the ceiling, comes out of the walls.
Well, dude, just like in Back to the Future, what was it? You sure know how to hydrate a pizza.
Yeah. They did with the chicken. Yeah.
She like literally like poured like some like.
It was like seeds or pills or something.
And then like whole turkey comes out, and she's just pounded food down.
Good.
Just pound. Oh, chicken. Yeah. Just pounded a chicken, and and that's that one scene where it's like, hey, like we need to like move, and his Victor Cornelius, the priest, his like friar or his assistant or whatever.
He's still doing a sewing machine in the future.
And he's like, hey, we really need to move. He's like all nervous. We really need to like get going. And he's like, hey, he's like, Milla Jovovich is like, oh, hold on, I'm actually looking for where who has the stones. I'm looking for him right now. And he's like, oh, okay. And that's where one of the scenes where they Zorg and
his guys show
up. Cutting back and forth between I think it was
with the cockroach, like you were saying.
I don't know if it was the cockroach. I'm trying to remember what it was, but they were cutting in back and forth in between. Where are the stones? Oh, it was the Zorgs. The Mangalores, when he opens up the thing, he's like, the stones aren't there. Where are the stones? And then they cut to Milla Jovovich.
She just goes, ha!
Yeah, laughing. And dude, it perfectly cuts. And there's another scene I was trying to say with the president and the general. They were listening to like the broadcast of Ruby Rod's thing, And he's like, "Oh, my man, he's very discreet," and he just starts blowing things up. He's like, "Discreet, huh?"
It switches back to the president. He's like, "Where'd he learn that?" And it's just the general's like, "Oh, I don't know."
But I actually forgot how good it was.
And then the props too, and the practical effect, like the guns. He's got that really big pistol.
Yeah.
The multipass, Lilo Dallas multipass.
Yeah.
He thought everything out in the world, like how stuff works.
The airport has tons of trash.
They're like, sorry about the trash. That's a wall of trash. What do you mean, sorry about the trash?
I know.
They still collect phones with cords on them
I know.
in the future.
And I noticed, I remember it, but do you ever notice, like, the people at McDonald's, they're
still wearing...
Zorg's assistant, the flight attendants, their clothes are so skimpy.
Yeah, all the assistants and stuff.
It's not really
it's
like a bra.
V. It's like a V.
But like you can see like the part of the chest, and you're like, what are they wearing?
Nothing.
And their skirts are so high up. That was one of the ones. I think that was, dude, when you're young. And like
it was totally for like the appeal in the film.
I promise you, this movie was totally made for males.
Oh yeah, look at Milla Jovovich alone.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I know that was one of the dude.
We do have to preface this. Don't let your kids watch this. There is
some
like
nudity.
2 scenes of nudity in there, so make sure that it's like PG-13 at least.
It's artistically done.
Artistically, it's not like gratuitous. It's like a really brief thing.
It's more of the nature of, like when you're watching like a movie and
they're not doing it just to do it. It makes sense.
Well, kind of like there's movies where I'm using this as an example. I'm trying to figure out a movie that has this. I can't off the top of my head, but where you go into like let's say someone goes into like it's like a tribe and the females aren't covered up top, and you just kind of and they're just kind of there, and they're not trying to gratuitously show it. That's kind of just what it is. It's kind of like that.
It's tasteful. It's like it makes sense for the scene, not just to have it.
Yeah,
it's just there.
The
just have it moments are like you're saying with all the attendants. That's the just have it moment.
The same year it came out, the same year Titanic, she just straight up takes off her clothes, and that. I guess you consider as artistic because
James Cameron.
He draws.
James Cameron.
That's more gratuitous than this.
Yeah, this was like a not even 10-second scene.
Well, I think 10 seconds total, and in the background it's blurred out in one of them. Yeah.
I mean, you can also get the PG-13 version. And it won't include it. So I think this is the 4K is.
I think it's still PG-13.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know if there is an unrated
I thought there was an uncut version and a cut version. But yeah, props-wise, it's great. Like you were saying, I love all the practical effects. I love the miniatures. And the CG wasn't too bad.
Dude, I found out the miniatures aren't miniatures. They were 20 feet tall miniatures.
Oh, dang.
New York, I guess like New York City, those were, I think it was like I forget the ratio, but some of those buildings, the skyscrapers, were 20 feet tall.
I love how McDonald's was a huge building, skyscraper with
a
little window
just like
for
the TVs.
drive-through. Yeah,
just like
the window was there, but it's this giant red building with like an M on the top, and that was it.
Well, what was also crazy too, because we were talking about his Bruce Willis's apartment is this tiny little thing. His garage for his cab is bigger.
Yeah.
But like in Tokyo, Japan, I know has like the highest concentration of human beings in one area. I think aren't there like apartments really, really small too?
Yeah.
And the president once says my 200 billion fellow Americans or whatever he said are fellow humans. They're so overpopulated.
I love how
they have to live on top of each other.
I love how every time the president interacts with somebody, he immediately starts politicizing things. Like, I just want to say, thank you for your bravery and everything.
President, just get to the point.
Get to the point.
Yeah, he's like, we're we need you to get back really quick.
I know.
The dark, whatever the evil,
the darkness,
the evil, whatever it is. It's on the move. So
it was great. I love. Like I said, practical effects, I think they were top-notch for the time.
I think everyone that was casted was perfect.
The cast is great. Like I said, Ian Holmes, Gary Oldman, Bruce Willis, Milla Jovovich, all of them are great. Chris Tucker, fantastic.
Dude, you could even argue he might have even stole the movie.
I think he's my favorite part of the movie.
And he's only in half the movie.
Yeah.
Not even. He's like the last 30% of the movie.
Yeah, not even, I'd say 25.
And right after that, he blew up. He had Rush Hour, blew up even bigger. And he had that stretch where he just was in everything.
And now he's not in anything. It's weird.
He kind of stepped away.
He disappeared.
I wonder if he like made his money, because I think he does a lot of stand up. He does more stand up again now.
Has he been doing it again?
I think he's just been doing more stand up. I think he had a special or two. I think I saw. I don't know if it was on Netflix or Amazon Prime or something, but I think he's been doing more stand up. I mean, he's made so much money off of all the movies, and I'm sure he makes so much.
I wonder if he still gets royalties from Rush Hour. Alone.
Yeah, I know he wasn't a. Ben Affleck made a movie with Matt Damon and Chris Tucker called Air, and it was about how Nike signed Michael Jordan to Nike. It's it's actually a really good movie.
I remember seeing it.
It's on Prime. It's a really good movie. It kind of fell under the radar.
Doesn't have Matt. It's got Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, he's the lead actor. Ben Affleck's like Gone Baby Gone was great. His second movie, The Town, is absolutely
insanely
good.
Walmart collection.
Dude, it's one of the best heist movies ever. It's so good. Jeremy Renner got an Oscar nomination for that movie.
Whose car are we taking?
Yeah, dude. At the end when he sips the cup, he's like, here's another swear jar. Oh no, I missed it. But for
Can't
Jeff,
swear to.
Jeff, I don't know if you've seen The Town. If you haven't seen The Town, but he sips the cup. He's like, hey, John Hamm's character's like, hey, come out with your hands up, and he's like, fuck you.
Yeah, effects wise,
yeah,
effects are great. You wanted to talk about the editing.
Dude, the editing is insane. When I saw it when I was young, and I just fell in love with the movie because I think probably because of Bruce Willis, and it's at that time I was just into action movies, and it was such a fun movie, and I loved Chris Tucker, and I've seen it here and there, but this is I guess the first time since I saw it the first time. I actually think I enjoyed watching it this a few days ago, almost as much as the first time I saw it.
I probably haven't seen it in 7-8 years.
And I usually watch it. It's usually like every 3 to 4 years I'll watch this because my wife loves this movie too. So every now we'll put it on. I put this movie on. There's certain movies I put on when I'm cooking. This is one of them. And then when it's on, I usually just finish it anyways. But after watching how this movie was edited, the intercutting between two scenes to make one dialogue scene, I didn't really notice that until now, and I actually realized, dude, this is quite impressive. So what they were able to do, I don't know if it was written that way or they did it in post-production.
I never felt confused with any of the jumps. It actually made sense when they would jump and cut.
And again, finding out that this was supposed to be a trilogy, and they were able to compact all that into one movie, the pacing was so great. It wasn't too fast when it needed to be.
It was just fast. Excuse me. It was just fast enough.
It was
comfortable.
It moved along very quick, but
brisk.
Yes, brisk. But the scenes that needed to slow down, they were there to slow down. They I don't know how he was able to fit all of that into this one movie.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's the type of guy that doesn't make uncut versions, and that this is actually a way longer movie, and there's a bunch of scenes that he just left on the floor. He might be one of those guys that's just, I don't like Villanova. He's like, I only ever do one.
Yeah.
I don't make extra long cuts.
Yeah.
He might be like that, and this movie actually is probably 3 hours long, and there's more stuff in there, but we'll never know.
We'll never know.
But like I said, you said the editing's good. I agree. I don't think anything feels too fast. I think it evolves briskly. You were saying with the cuts, now that I look back at it, yeah, it makes sense where they're cutting it, and it
adds to the humor.
It blends into the scene where she's laughing and you're in that.
It blends. It actually helps the movie. It helps with the humor of the movie. Dude, I still can't believe how good Chris Tucker was.
He's so good in this film.
He's so good. He is so over the top, and again, like we were saying in the beginning of the movie, of this episode, it is kind of in its own like
Bubble.
It's so unique and so special in a way where
Nobody's done really anything like it since then.
And I have never seen Bruce Willis dye his hair. I'm assuming he dyed his hair.
He's
blonde
hair.
Yeah. And it was such a cool... I actually thought the blonde hair, he looked so cool.
It worked. Especially the use of color in the costumes, too.
Dude.
Was great.
I didn't know... So they made over 1,000 costumes just for the extras in the background. That's I looked that up. It cost, again, $90 million to make back in 97. That's a huge budget. And that's a huge risk to take almost $100 million back in the 90s. I'm assuming that there's not many movies that cracked $100 million in the 90s on a budget. But they had over 1,000 costumes. There was so much color to the movie.
There was a vibrancy. It was one of those ones where you go to the future and it, like Blade Runner, it's a noir movie, so everything's dark and gritty, but at the same time futuristic. Most of the movies you see now, if we go into the future, everything's gritty, not dingy, but there's like an attitude towards it.
Yeah.
This kept the light in it. Like, it wasn't desolate, it wasn't bad. It was like, this is just the future.
Yeah, and I mean, the planet is overpopulated, and everyone's living on top of each other, and everyone's probably struggling to make money to survive. But never, the only time
you don't feel disgrace.
Yeah, you don't really feel. The only time you feel like, oh my God, is when the evil is coming to destroy mankind,
which is very few. It's like four brief scenes, and that's it.
Yeah, you don't really get much of it, but
it doesn't. You don't need it. They just establish that it's coming, and that's it.
The whole point is we need to get these stones. Yeah, and again, like I think, especially at the end there, dude, the special effects of the stones, like when you see
I love that,
the different colors and them popping up, that looked amazing.
I love dumb stuff like that because it brings such personality to a film.
I loved how each one had their own color. Like the water,
blue,
shaped like a wave, was blue. Green was the
earth, and then wind was white or yellow. Wind was yellow.
I think yellow,
and then red was fire. Yeah, it was cool. I like that. I like stupid stuff like that. It's a thing in movies you don't need to add it, but when you do, it just adds a little nicer touch to it. Yeah. And it kind of, I'm trying to think of another movie that I can reflect it on.
The attention to detail in this movie
detail.
is extremely high.
Yeah.
And the care. Everyone that worked on the movie, I want to just throw this out at you. So it was nominated for an Oscar.
Okay.
And the guy's name is Mark A. Mengetti, I believe is how you pronounce it. So he was nominated for 5 Oscars. But I'll just rattle off, and one of them I know you'll love. I'll just rattle off the movies that he did the sound editing for. So, Mad Max Fury Road, he won.
That's the coolest soundtrack in a movie.
He won for Dune Part 1.
Great.
He did Blade Runner 2049, where he got nominated for.
So he works with Villeneuve a lot.
He got nominated for Aladdin.
The live action?
No, the animated.
Oh my gosh.
Back in the 90s.
Prince Ali.
And he also got nominated for Fifth Element. But he also worked on The Green Mile, Small Soldiers, that was the one. Space Jam, Die Hard with Vengeance, The Lion King, Cool Runnings, Beauty and the Beast, The Hitcher. Have you ever seen The Hitcher? The 80s movie with Rutger Hauer?
No.
The guy that you played in Blade Runner in our scene.
No, I've never seen it.
So he plays a hitchhiker, and this kid picks him up. He also
Is it a psychological horror?
Yeah, I don't know if you consider a serial killer a psychological
So
horror.
he's just Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, he's Jeffrey Dahmer. He's a hitchhiking Jeffrey Dahmer. But this is kind of, I guess it's a psychological thriller because he's terrorizing.
Jeffrey Dahmer picked up hitchhikers to kill them.
Yeah, good old. I think he also grew up in Ohio, where I'm from.
Wisconsin.
Or Wisconsin.
It was Wisconsin.
Or he lived in Ohio at one point and then moved to Ohio.
Yeah, because they caught him in Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's a good guy. But he also did 48 Hours, Poltergeist, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Escape from New York.
Give him... Why did he not get an award for Space Jam alone?
I know.
The song that defined the 90s was Space Jam as a kid.
Yeah, but dude, I love how Luke Perry gets a credit. Like, he's like the fifth or sixth actor that's credited in the movie. He's only like the first scene. He's the guy, the artist, drawing the aliens and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
From 90210. Luke
that was Luke Perry?
That was Luke Perry.
I did not know that.
Yeah, shout out to that dude.
Didn't he just die?
He died, like, I think, like 2-3 years ago.
Rest in peace, Luke Perry.
Yeah.
He played Archie's dad in the Riverdale series.
Yeah, he kind of had like a small comeback the last few years, and then he passed away. I forget what it was from, cancer or something like that.
I think he had cancer, really
and I know James Van Der Beek just passed away. I think of cancer too.
Maybe I'm thinking of James Van Der Beek.
I think it was back in it was a few months ago. I think April he passed away, or February he passed away. He just passed away too.
I might be thinking of James Van Der Beek for Riverdale.
Yeah, but Luke Perry passed away because the way the credits are, at least on IMDb, Bruce Willis, Milla Jovovich, Gary Oldman, Ian Holm, Chris Tucker, Luke Perry, Brian James, which is the general, that also is one of the replicants of the first Blade Runner, and then Tom Lister Jr., who is Zeus, the rest of the president. I
love how the movie ends with the president. I already said it, but his mom chewing him out.
Oh, dude, I love it.
The president's an idiot.
You don't even sound like him. He's an idiot. And they just pass the phone.
But they're doing it different.
Dude, did you notice that the scientist that like brings back Milla Jovovich's character, the Fifth Element, he has his like head shaved here, and he has that like almost like an implant on the side of his head.
Kind of like the Star Wars guy.
Kind of all of them kind of do that. One's like bald, and yeah, they all like have like implants or something like that. I don't know.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, like if you ever go back and watch it, all like the scientists, they have like these implants. And that was another thing, that scene right before you walk in when they're talking about, when you should see the DNA and everything, right before they walk into like the lab, there's that like neon light room, and they cut to the scientist, and his eyes are just like neon, and you're like, whoa, it was like way over the top.
Oh yeah, he's got all speckles on him and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
It's like a blacklight room.
Yeah, it's a blacklight room, and he said perfect about 50 times.
Perfect.
And do you ever notice when they said perfect that sound that
No, I didn't notice that.
Watch it again. Every time they say she's perfect. There's like this like
the
score.
didgeridoo.
It's like a score or something like that. Or every time they see or talk about
Milla Jovovich's character
or something like that, they have that score.
I didn't notice that.
Very unique score.
Music-wise, yeah, I like the sound effects or soundtrack of the movie.
Soundtrack was really cool, and it was again kind of like a cyberpunk
techno cyber opera, rock music.
And then they actually get into an opera.
Yeah,
with the
diva. Techno opera with the diva.
Which if you've noticed her prosthetic head when she bends her head back,
you can see the wrinkles in it.
You can see the wrinkles, but I didn't. Dude, it's such. It's that costume that she was in, those prosthetics.
I bet she was.
Oh, that was probably
heat exhaustion.
Hell to get into. That had to be hell to get into.
It was like skin tight. It looked like they had the paint on her too. Dude. So she was probably sweating up a storm.
Oh, I'm sure she was. Dude, the Mangalores had to be.
Oh, they were wearing like tatters, and the mask itself, I guarantee, it was probably like TMNT where they're just sweating to death. Sweating to death. But you know what? Like. It worked. They came together. Everybody brought it together, and it made a really good movie. Well,
because today this whole thing would be shot
CG.
Everything would be CG. On a soundstage, green screens.
It would be guys with dots on their heads.
Dots on their face because it's cheaper.
I don't just make prosthetics.
Sometimes there's no other way but to do that.
I get it, but there are times where if you'd have just paid the money and just like Guillermo del Toro does it all the time. He tries to use practical as much as he can. Like the new Frankenstein on Netflix was majorly practical effects, like 95% practical effects.
Well, like the Grinch in The Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah, everybody thought Jim Carrey was CG. No, his face just moves that way.
Looks like that, and I guess they had to hire like a FBI or CIA interrogation specialist or something like that to come in and help him, because I guess it was so torturous to go through. It was like 6 hours of makeup to go through that process, that he started losing his mind. So they had to bring someone in to help him, like
a psychiatrist to give him
an actual CIA or FBI guy to actually, like, get through the torture of going through all that makeup. And you know what? That had to be one of the best costumes I've ever seen too.
He was great.
Yeah, and his like methodical move. God, I miss Jim Carrey. I wish Jim Carrey went back to like the Mask.
Yeah, he just does Sonic now.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
He's
it's
great.
just fine, but I miss.
He only acts now just so he can refund his painting obsession. He keeps painting.
Yeah.
And when he runs out of money, does a Sonic movie.
And does more paintings. Yeah.
Great episode of him with comedians in cars getting coffee.
Oh, dude, that's one of my favorite ones.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy's was another great one.
But should we close this out?
I think
we've explained most of the film.
We didn't try to give away too much.
We gave away like half.
Half the film. But you know what? Hey.
But yeah, it's like we said, Fifth Element came out. You can see it on Netflix. It's streaming right now.
Yeah, right now it's on Netflix. Yeah.
Highly recommended. My final score for the movie, I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. It's a great movie. Dude, maybe a 9. It's like a 9 out of 10.
For me, it's not a 10 is like perfection, and if I'm going up perfection, that to me is like The Shining, Shawshank Redemption kind of
Part
thing.
1, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, so like that's an extremely high bar to hit. But I'm somewhere between like
I'll give it a solid 8.
8.5, somewhere between 8.5 and a 9. If I really love a movie, it usually always gets at least.
You always get a boost because you're happy to watch it. It
always usually gets a 9. Again, are there some plot holes? Yeah. It does. Sometimes it jumps around a little bit. But
it's a fun watch.
It's a fun watch. I enjoy this movie so much.
And I think that's why we're doing this podcast, is because we're not trying to. I'm assuming eventually we'll review movies that come out fresh from the theaters. I haven't seen Spider-Man or Odyssey yet.
I'm waiting for there to be a ticket to buy.
Right. But for the most part, we're reviewing movies that we enjoyed, we think are great films.
And which movies people should watch.
Yeah, and we're not going to talk bad about them because everybody can talk bad about a movie. This is movies that are great and I think everybody loves.
I know, and also trying to get people to watch other movies that they may not know.
Aren't modern.
Yeah, and they might not know.
Yeah.
Because I have you ever gotten this and this happened to me a couple times, but did you ever see that Saltburn movie?
I remember that had Angelina Jolie.
No, it's that you're thinking of Salt.
Okay.
Saltburn I think it was on like an Amazon Prime movie. It came out like 3 year ago, 4 years ago, something like that.
I remember the name.
And it's a story about a guy he sort of makes up an identity or tries to infiltrate. I'll just explain it. Because this is the only way for me to do it. There's this sort of rich group of individuals, and there's this one guy who not the wealthiest. He wants to be
in the echelon.
Yeah, upper echelon. And so he literally tries to infiltrate and slowly take over the life of these wealthy people without them knowing. And it was a good movie. It wasn't great. And the reason why I say that is because I saw it before, many years before, and it's a movie called Talented Mr. Ripley with Matt Damon and Jude Law and what's her name? Gwyneth Paltrow. Mm-hmm. It's the exact same story. And so
somebody just reskinned it.
Yeah, reskinned it. And so for me it didn't hit. A lot of people are like, dude, it's insane. All these things. What Matt Damon does in Talented Mr. Ripley is more, and I also think Philip Seymour Hoffman's in that movie too, if I remember correctly. I think he is. Dude, the stuff that Matt Damon does, I don't want to say what he does. He's more sinister and even more crazy. I believe, than the dude in Saltburn. And I'm trying to think there's another movie where that happened where this movie got made and I'm like, oh, that's just that movie.
I feel like there was one recently that I saw.
Yeah, and it didn't land for me as well as other people because I'm like, oh, it's just that movie. And I don't want to sound like a jerk and be pretentious, but yeah, I mean, every story has been told. ever.
It's hard to get new stuff now.
The Greeks Greeks told all the stories. There's like 7 different types of stories or something.
The archetypes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like man versus man, man versus beast.
The hero's journey, all that jazz.
Stuff. Yeah, and so every story has been told. It's just a different version of whatever it is.
But it's akin to how well you can tell the story and how well you can portray it that makes it memorable. Like you're saying with the talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah.
More memorable than Saltburn.
Yeah. Well, for me at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and someone that sees Saltburn and then watches talented Mr. Ripley might think something else because they saw Saltburn first. And yeah, I think like you were saying, like I think we're just trying to open people's perspective to other movies or movies they may never have heard of or movies that they may not want to see or never thought to watch.
Which is why we also give recommendations on our Instagram and YouTube. Whenever we do we do one a week.
Yeah,
each
like
one of us.
A week. Yeah.
So it's just trying to get people to see better film, not better film, but like
open their
horizon.
Yeah,
open their horizon.
There we go. Open horizon.
Open your eyes to things that are new.
Like,
if I said, "Hey, have you watched the Ninja Turtles movie?" and the most recent one that came out was the Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan of it, but I was like, "Have you watched the original from 1990?" Or just the only reference I can make right now.
Yeah.
Just open your horizons to older movies. Not even older movies. Just not everything has to be super CG effects anymore.
Yeah, and sometimes there's certain movies that don't have any effects,
and they're great.
And they're great. You don't need to have. And also, in my opinion, I think because everything is shot. A lot of movies are shot on a green screen in a soundstage.
Go back to, that's why the on-set or the on-location movies stand out so much more now.
I think movies look better visually back then. A lot of times more than now because I think
the environment
you had to create it in camera.
You had to create it in camera, much as possible. And the environment also affects the shot.
And also, when you're on if you watch like Lawrence of Arabia, they're actually in the desert. They're actually there. Where now it's...
Ben-Hur, they were actually in a desert.
They're actually in the desert. Where now they would just CGI the background.
And
sometimes you can actually tell they're not
probably
there.
Another reason why Gladiator 2 didn't succeed where Gladiator 1 did succeed, where they were in a forest shooting fireballs at each other.
Yeah.
I heard in Gladiator 2, the whole boat scene, they just did that on a set.
Yeah.
You could have just done that on the ocean, but...
Yeah, I know. Well, going back to...
Waterworld. Very hard.
Yeah, it's extremely hard. You got Spielberg telling them don't do it.
Don't do it.
They did anyways, and there goes the budget.
Shut up, nerd.
Yeah.
Get it done. But yeah, so overall, The Fifth Element is a great film. We think everybody should watch it. One of the classic sci-fi romps of the 90s.
Yeah.
Highly recommended, as always, for our audience. But yeah, before we go, I just want to let you guys know, again, you can like, comment, subscribe. We always appreciate seeing your guys' comments, especially on our shorts recently. And if you want to, leave us a movie recommendation in the comments for this video so we can watch them. Maybe we haven't seen it yet. And it'll be something that we review next time.
Or even suggestions of movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like anything you guys suggest, we'll watch. We might watch and be like, this is a thing that we never saw. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
And we might put it on here. This might be the next episode. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah. So as always, thank you for watching the Heavily Biased Podcast. I'm Michael.
I'm Greg.
Nice to see you again. And as always, I'm going to repeat it.
As Bob Barker once said, have your pets spayed or neutered. Help control the pet population.
We'll see you guys in the next video. See you later.
See you guys. Okay.